Welcome to the show. It's a daytime vibe, DC purple, let the positivity drive. Catching up on the highlights, what's new, what's real. Flowing through the moments, that's our ideal. Grab your drink, let's unwind. In this space, good time find. Daytime pop-up, we're loud and we're free. With DCT, the purple diva, come with me, catching all the good. In this vibrant space, join the fun, come on now, let's embrace. Stories from our lives and the world around. Pop up, chat, hear the joy, feel the sound. From laughter to lessons, all wrapped in a beat. Tune in, stay close, let's vibe on this street. See the love, feel the flow. With every second, watch us glow. Daytime pop-up, we're live and we're free. With DCT's and purple diva, come with me, catching all the good. In this vibrant space, join the fun, come on now, let's embrace. Together we rise, thanks for coming by. In this daytime pop-up, we reach for the stars.
Hola. From the west side. It has been a minute since I have been live. And this is gonna be a quick live today. But I had to test out, make sure everything is working good and everything. I've done some little updating for my lives. Got my nice little intro for the daytime pop-up, as well as for a not so random chat. And that's the music here in the background, the instrumental of the song that started us out. And of course, it'll be part of the outro as well, because we're trying to get our branding together over here, y'all. Let me just turn that music down just a little bit. Okay, there. So, welcome to the daytime pop-up. I've been watching all the stuff that's going on. And, yesterday we lost one of the pop culture iconic figures of Gen X. Speaking of Malcolm Jamal Warner of Cosby Show fame. And it's crazy because this current generation may not even know who he is because of the deeds of Mr. Cosby. It's a little hard to find the Cosby Show except in clips on YouTube, which it's wild. But Malcolm Jamal Warner was also a spoken word artist. I have all his spoken word stuff because I'm a poet myself. He was cool as a poet and a good bassist. He came and performed at the Long Beach Jazz Festival in Beach, California, some years back when he first started jumping into that scene with his spoken word art. Um, he's going to be sorely missed. He's going to be sorely missed. And today we lost heavy metal artist Ozzy Osbourne. As you know, most of us know he was suffering from Parkinson's disease. So let me see. I can see what's going on. So it was that's two. I'm it's always in threes. A couple weeks ago we lost one of the Whispers, one of the twin brothers. We've lost we've I mean in the last month there's been so many people that have have gone on. Um and I've dropped videos on a few, including Malcolm yesterday, and I will be dropping a short today in regards to Ozzy Osbourne. Hold on, y'all. Oh my goodness, my son is calling me. I'm hold on, y'all. I'm gonna mute for 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to jump out. So anyway, I'm gonna let y'all just listen to the music for a second. I'll be right back because King David is home. So I'll be right back, y'all. Just listen to the music. All right, y'all, I'm back. See, it's that's the thing about when you come in, you're going live. You have to deal with things things like this because my son normally doesn't get here for another hour. Usually he doesn't get here until somewhere between 2:30 and 3 o'clock my time, which is when I'm actually, done with my job. And but it's all good, y'all. Because as I said, this is a test live, but I will be dropping. I part of my the channel updates is that I'm going back to doing my lives. That's part of the updates. I have not been live consistently in months. In months. And my little YouTube check has been showing that I'm not going live. So we have to do something about that. Um, Plus, you know, it was just going through a transition, and I just had to get back into the group and really just um I wanted to make some changes. So I've made those changes, like rebranding the channel. Um if if you are a normal watcher of my channel, you know that I changed it from it originally just was about autism, and then it went from um, autism and caregiver life to autism and 55 plus. Now it is autism 55 plus, which I am a member of, commentary, and then women's issues because, I am a woman, and really it's more probably around Black women's issues because, you know, I am a Black woman. But definitely wanted to put some things in place in regards to just how I wanted things to go. So, now we have brand new intros for both the daytime live stream and for the evening live stream. Um with, you know, new music that I am the only person authorized to use. I made the music on the Donna AI app, that everybody's using. So I went over there and used the Donna AI app and, made me a couple songs for the intros for my YouTube channel for my live stream. And I debuted, I believe, the one for Not So Random Chat yesterday. And that is not even the full intro when I do my first Not So Random Chat, uh, which hopefully will be tonight. Hopefully will be tonight. I will debut that one just like I debuted this one. Well, technically I gave y'all I think a full version of this one. Um but for right now, I didn't put the full version of the other one up. But it will be in the the actual live stream. And I haven't made up my mind. Right now I just have a generic outro, the same generic outro that I had before for the daytime one, because I haven't come up with an outro yet. But as soon as I do, there'll be one, you know. But I haven't done it yet, because you know when you're creating these songs and you're using um, tools to create these songs, and there's a charge for doing that, and and then there's a charge for me getting on there and making sure that I have the rights to it. But I like the two songs that I've done thus far. Um, I'm thinking about coming up with some music for the intro of the RT Autism Mom Chronicles. Maybe I'll come up with some music for coffee talk, or for daily thoughts. But I kind of like the music that I have for those right now. So I think I'm gonna leave those two alone, maybe. But for Artsy Autism Mom, I may come up with just some cute music that just goes into the intro. I don't know. It's something to think about. I'm feeling creative right now because I'm doing some other things offline creatively, like finishing some books, putting together a book of poetry. Um, yeah, I'm doing some stuff, and hopefully, within the next month or so, I'll be back on the acting kick. Doing some acting. So you know, let's hope that happens soon. So I got my little drink here to keep me um together, and I really love this mic that I have now because it took a while to get one that this it just kind of I don't have to be up on the mic. I can sit back in my chair and I can just talk. So I'm really digging that. I'm feeling that a lot. But I'm not sure if I'm going to come back on StreamYards tonight or if I'm going to come back tonight on Restream. I haven't made up my mind yet. I haven't made up my mind because, um, as you see, I broke down and went ahead and went back to the paid version of StreamYard, at least for a moment. Um, and that's mainly until I figure out OBS. Once I figure out OBS, that's all I'm saying. Once I figure it out, yeah. But I've uploaded my intro and my outro, my intros rather, for both Not So Random Chat and for the daytime pop-ups to both my Restream and to my StreamYard. So, I'm just gonna see everything that I like. I like with StreamYard right now that you can set it up for your intro and your outro, and for what you want in between. It allows you to set up how you want it to go. So I'm gonna definitely have to play with that. I'm gonna have to play with that. But for right now, we're just gonna get it. We're just gonna get used to coming live again. Um, but like I said, there's been a lot going on, like the Essence Fest that wasn't. And I know I'm not the only one that talked about Essence Fest. Um, I put some comments up on my I think I put that up under Coffee Talk. I don't know, y'all. I've been posting so many videos. Let me see. What was that? Yeah, it was under Coffee Talk. I did it like about a week and a half ago. And it was Has Essence Fest Lost Its Way? And I'm not the only one that's making comments in regards to Essence Fest. And the fact that the actual owner of Essence and Essence Fest, and the CEO of Essence Magazine are actually playing in our faces as Black Americans is just crazy to me. And that I like that conversation that he had with the Breakfast Club a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't even listen to the whole thing because he was gaslighting so bad. I was like, is this man effing kidding? Does he think that we're stupid? Does he not understand that Essence Fest was put together for Black American women? It was put together for Black American women. Let me say that again. And I'm talking about, we have to be very, very specific around here. Foundational Black Americans. Those of us who, in some part of our lineage, are descendants of slaves. Hmm. Yeah, those people, us. And I don't know when it became the Caribbean and African fest. And and what's quite ironic to me is just that we're expected to share everything and allow everyone to take our stuff, but we have no culture. We have no culture, right? So if we have no culture, why is everybody culture vultures of our stuff? Let's be clear. Almost every genre of music in the United States was created by the descendants of or by actual slaves. Hmm. Yes, especially country and rock and roll. Especially those two. Especially those two. Speaking of country, anybody see the Boykins on ATT this year? I hope that they do very good. They now I love the what is it called? Chapel Heart. I love them. But the Boykins, their vocals are fire. They harmonize. Those girls harmonize. And they're like, what did Terry Crews describe them as? He described the Boykins as the supremes of country music. That's the that's the harmonization. And they're all sisters, just like Chapel Heart are all sisters. Um, Chapel Heart is from Mississippi. These girls are from Georgia. And, I don't know why it keeps surprising people that Black people like country music. You know, I mean, did it really take Beyonce for y'all to realize that we like country music too? Because we created it, including the banjo that y'all so love to appropriate. Yeah, that's it. Mhm. I mean, I've loved country artists for years, especially the Black ones. Because, once y'all took over. And now y'all have the audacity to tell us what country is. To tell us what country is. That is what's wild to me. Y'all are trying to tell us what's country and what's not. All country don't have to be twangy, okay? And you got modern and you got traditional country music. And clearly, the music that Beyonce's doing, some of it is traditional country, some of it is more modern, and some of it is infusions with other types of music that we also created. Out now. It's just who we are, you know. But getting back to the Boykins, those young ladies are fire. Even if I hope that they go far on AGT. But even if they don't go past the live shows, just by being on AGT, they've made more people hear about them that were outside of the country genre, if that makes sense to you guys. So yeah, that's is my take. It's like everything that we create is appropriated. And I'm speaking about Black Americans. Um, I have something coming up on my channel. Y'all are gonna see. Y'all are gonna see. My commentary is definitely just shifting to some things, but this is gonna be about why we are, as Black Americans, are choosing to no longer, for the most part, call ourselves African Americans, because y'all got us messed up. Y'all got us messed up saying we don't know where we're from. And it's crazy to me that, you know, our fellow diaspora folk like to say that we don't know where we're from. Well, heck, we've been in this country for about, I don't know, 400 years. And some of y'all's ancestors have been in the Caribbean for 400 years. Yet that's not where we're actually from. Except for, those who are indigenous. Those of us who have indigenous. Now, those of us who have indigenous, it's, a lot of it is, that the Black indigenous that they don't want you to know about. But let me not go there, because that's not part of today's commentary. That's not part of today's commentary. I'm really just dipping my toe back in the water. Now what I will say is that in doing my commentary in my live stream, I'm not going to be doing panels. I don't even think I'm going to be jumping up on panels. I'm not a panel. I'm not a panel person anyway. I might every once in a while just to promote my channel, but outside of that, I'm not going to be jumping up on panels. I'll say whatever I have to say on my channel. I'll come live on my own channel and say what I have to say. Yeah, that only makes sense, especially since this is a monetized platform. And I miss coming live with you guys. I miss it. I miss it. I do. So that's the other reason why I'm coming live. Now, when I come live tonight, I will be on camera. The only reason I'm not on camera doing the daytime pop-ups is because I am working. I'm at my job. And yes, I can talk and work at the same time because I'm not a customer. I'm not doing something that is customer facing. When I'm in meetings, obviously I won't be doing lives then. But, when I'm just doing the things that I normally need to do, I am able to do that and also be here with y'all, at least for a few minutes. Like I said, this is going to be a short one. But as far as having people come up on my channel, I will do that for select people. Like if I'm going to have conversations about certain things, absolutely. There's a few autism moms that I do want to have come up on my channel, so we can talk about autism life. And then, there may be people that are talking about other things that I want to talk about that I'll have come up. But I'm not going to be doing a panel with 6, 7 people because DC, the Purple Diva, is quite capable of carrying it all by herself. And I don't care if there's only 1 or 2 people in here. I don't care if, if there's a whole bunch of people in here. I'm just going to be authentic like I always have been. And I don't do the mess. Because I'm an elder. And I'm not a messy elder. Not a messy elder. But I do like to give some knowledge. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on out there in the YouTube streets right now. see that YouTube cameras is going through it. And I must say, girl, I knew this was going to happen. Once you decided to stop just posting, clips of the stuff that was going on, you know, and now that, of course, Battle Roach is doing, Battle Roach is actually doing more of what Pennywise used to do. He hasn't done anything in a minute. Is she okay? Is Pennywise, are you all right? I ain't seen you. I'm just wondering. You okay? Anywho, but I knew that this was going to happen. I knew was going to happen when YouTube cameras decided to, you know, jump into doing the lives and, expressing her commentary in lives and, having panels and yeah. I'm like, I believe she's the latest P-bombing victim, which is unfortunate. I mean, thankfully she was able to pull it down, but of course, she lost all those views. Thankfully, I wasn't there doing that one. I sometimes I'm generally in her chat, put up in the clouds, because that's early in my workday, and I can't conversate down in the chat, and since I don't want to be rude, I stay in the clouds because I'm like, if I'm going to be in the chat, I'm going to say hi to everybody. That's that's just me. And if I don't have time to say hi to everybody, I just don't even drop down into the chat. They still gonna get the view, whether I drop down or not. Especially because sometimes you have to, you gotta kind of feel the temperature. What the heck's going on in the chat? Is that a chat that you want to be in? Is some mess about to jump off? Because like I told y'all, I'm too old for mess, and I'm too blessed to be stressed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. But I did take my son to his first adult concert this weekend, y'all. That's what I posted on my community tab. I believe I posted it yesterday. That was me and King David. We were at the Sir concert, Inglewood Sir, who grew up with my son. And it was a lot of the young people that were in their, 30s or late 20s, but all in the same, they're all in the same age as my son. So yeah. And Inglewood Sir is the son of my friend who passed last year, who was also the minister of music at my church, Jackie Boucher Ferris. This is her youngest son. And it was so many of us who came out to support him. And he had a sold out show at the Hollywood Bowl. This is the first time that he has headlined a show in his home. And his grandmother was able to be there. His dad was there. His brother was on background vocals with him. And his uncle, Andrew Goucher, the baddest bass player I know of, was there playing the bass for him. And I believe that his other brother, D Smoke, was sitting down there, with his wife I am Sherry. But what really, really like kind of like blew my mind was the fact that it was so many people there and that they knew all the words to his song. They were singing along. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. That's the that's the home phone. Let me pause for a second. I'll be right back. I'm back, y'all. Scam calls, scam calls, scam calls, scam calls. Do y'all get scam calls on your cell phone and on your house phone? I do. And see, when they're calling the home phone, I already know it's a scam because you know why? Nobody calls my house phone. Nobody. Nobody calls the house because I can count on fingers, like a couple of fingers, who has the house phone number. That'd be my church. That'd be my dad. That'd be my sister and my brother. And then a couple of other friends. But nobody calls that number. They only call that number if it's an emergency and they've blown my cell phone up and I'm not answering the cell phone. But yeah, I still have a home. I have a landline. I know a lot of people don't have landlines anymore, but I'm old school. I got a landline. Still have a landline. Sorry, I had to bring me a little bit of my strawberry aside. And when I get off work in a few minutes, I'm gonna go get me another one. That one's from lunchtime. I'll get another one when I get off work. Now I haven't made up my mind what time I'm gonna come on tonight, y'all, but I'm probably gonna be on uh, either 12:30 or 1 o'clock East Coast time, which is 9:30 to 10 o'clock West Coast time. I have gone in and looked at my analytics because this channel has been here for 13 years. I've only been like consistently doing lives since 19, but the channel's been here for 13 years. hmm And the surprising thing about my demographics, y'all, is that the majority of my demographics, I'm over 60% of my audience are men. And if they're not subscribed, they're not subscribed, but that's the majority of who watches me. And that's crazy and interesting to me because my content is geared towards women. Outside of autism life or 55 plus life, my other commentary stuff is really around women and women's issues or black people. And specifically, let me FBA, Foundational Black Americans. We got to stop calling ourselves African Americans because they playing in our face because we were calling ourselves that. And really, here's the thing: we didn't decide on that one. I believe uh, Reverend Jesse Jackson did that one, but the majority of our ancestors have been here for you know since the 18th, 17th, or in 18th century because of you know the transatlantic slave trade. So yes, we're probably you know definitely part African, but majority of us are diluted. Um, Speaking of that, my father and I are about to do our family DNA. My dad is going to do it so that we can find out the patriarchal line, and I'm going to do it so I can get the mitochondrial M. Because I'm I'm not sure. I think the way it's looking to me is that the mitochondrial M that's in our DNA is going to stop with me and my sister because we both had boys. We both had sons. Neither one of us had a daughter. And and if you know the way that works, the mitochondrial M is passed down from mother to daughter. So my my brother has a daughter, but his daughter doesn't have the same mitochondria, um, because hers is coming from her mama. So she will she will most definitely have some Malaysian in her because her mom is Malaysian. So that's gonna be that's gonna be interesting whenever she decides to do hers. But for right now, my dad is gonna do it for our family, and I'm gonna do it for my mom's family. I have cousins that have have the same one. So my mom thankfully had two sisters. So I have two cousins that that did pass on the mitochondrial to their daughters, but their daughters haven't had children yet. So it's anyway. I'm y'all know that's the nerdy part of me. That's the nerdy side of me, y'all. But yes, my dad and I are doing the DNA, and once I get my DNA back, I'm gonna share it with y'all. Um, you know, I don't expect any surprises. I expect that probably the majority of my ancestry is going to be from the continent of Africa. Um, but I do know that some of it is going to be indigenous to here because both of my parents could have gone to college for free because they both had the amount that you had to have. But my generation, we were a generation removed, so it's going to be less in myself. But my dad will be able to see how much is in him to be able to figure out. Unfortunately, my mom's no longer here, so from her side, it's going to be more diluted in me. But we'll be able to get more of it from my dad's side. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing that. I'm just waiting for the test to come, actually, y'all. I'm just waiting for the test to come, and hopefully by the end of the month. I'm saying by the end of the month, I'll also have my freaking real ID and or my passport because what the heck is going on with these real IDs? Why is it taking so long for them to come? Why is it taking so long? At least it's taking a heck of a long time in California. Um, Now my son's, his came in a week. Mine, I'm still waiting for it. So they got, I think next week I can start jumping up and down about it. Next week I can start jumping up and down about it. And if I do start jumping up and down about it, here's where I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go to the same DMV office that I went to before. If I have to go to a new DMV office, we'll go to a new DMV office. But I'm going to be looking online because supposedly I'm supposed to be able to look online and see what's going on with my real ID. So I'm going to look online with that. Um, I wish I had expedited my passport renewal. I just didn't want to pay that extra $100 and something dollars. Live and learn, live and learn, live and learn. Tell you, it's just crazy. But I'm gonna get ready to get off of here, y'all, because I've just been rambling along about absolutely nothing. Just really testing out the equipment, making sure everything's together, make sure it's good. You know, getting some screen time in here so I can, push my watch hours back up. And yeah, David is here. David, you can say bye to everyone. Say bye. They can hear you. There's the mic. Okay. But yeah, I'm getting ready to get out of here. He, he didn't come close to the mic. I know. So anyway, I'm gonna see you guys soon. I guess I need to. We'll see you guys soon. Let me see. Can I come on? Let me see if I can come on camera for a second. Hold on. Let me see. Hey, you guys. Yeah, I got on my work glasses. I had on my work glasses. But I will see you guys tonight. And in between now and then, I want to give you guys peace and a blessing from the West Side. I'll be camera ready tonight. I'm not putting on all makeup and stuff when I'm at work. Why? All right, y'all. Let me go back off camera so I can start the outro for y'all. Hold on. Let me do it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Peace.